Patrons of the Real Estate Marketing Cocktail Party. Thank you guys very much for showing up. We've got my buddy Pants here, who's going to be kind of taking pictures and whatnot, kind of helping the whole group grow. If you go to, all the footage and kind of show notes and notes, everything that we're talking about, links and etc., going to be on realestatecocktailparty.com. Okay, actually, can we turn the reverb off?
I was going to say.
That echo effect is amazing.
Do you like it? Should I keep it on? Okay, so the purpose of the meetup. Okay, my name is Nick Calabro. So as I was talking to you guys and whatnot, so we all know each other and everything else. But so my name is Nick Calabro. I run Collaboration, a digital media and marketing agency where we work with a lot of real estate professionals. So the problem that I've always come across is that the problem that I always come across is that so many people know that they need a website, know that they need. I don't even think I need the mic. Know that they need a website, know that they need digital marketing, know that they need all of these kind of solutions and whatnot, but don't have really the time to go about it, the funds to hire out agencies and whatnot because we charge ridiculous prices. I get it. And ultimately, it's just the thing that always bothers me is that these things can be solved a lot on your own. So the purpose of this meetup is to kind of walk you through some of those solutions, how you can go about it yourself, what you can do tonight to even implement a website or a better website or kind of a new Facebook strategy, things like that. So I'm going to start off with a say what you want about Winston Churchill, but where am I?
There you go.
Land monopoly is not only monopoly, but it is by far the greatest of monopolies. It's a perpetual monopoly, and it is the mother of all forms of monopolies. Now, what does he mean by this? So you're buying land, right? Because, I mean, we get this as real estate professionals. We're buying land because they're not making any more of it, right? You're just going to buy it all up so that way we can invest it and, store our cash and assets and whatnot there. So the web is exactly like land. Okay, when you own a .com, when you own like a www.whatevermywebsiteit.com, that is the same exact thing as buying a property, buying an apartment, buying a multi-million-dollar listing, whatever it is. Okay, it's essentially the same exact thing. And the reason is because although the web is expanding every day, although we have a lot of kind of real estate in the web, your .com, your website title, like nickcalabro.com is my personal website. No one can ever have nickcalabro.com. So you're kind of really planting your flag there. You're really showing everyone that this is kind of your home, this is your real estate, okay, and that you own it, and everything that you do is coming across from there. So ultimately, your website, and the reason that this is the topic for the first meetup here is because I always tell people that before you do anything, before you start going on Facebook and spending money on ads, before you start hiring all these other agencies to run billboard ads and whatnot for you, you want a website first, because the website is going to be where all roads are leading to. Your website is going to be used for when people are finding you on Facebook, they're going to end up on your website. When people are finding you through a direct mail ad, okay, they're going to end up on your website. So now the problem that a lot of people have with their website is that maybe they have a kind of like a budget website where maybe they're buying it off someplace like Wix or one of these solutions that kind of like On Carrot, but Jeff, I'm not trying to dig you here. So the problem with a lot of these things is that you don't have a lot of control over what you're putting on the website. So one of the powers of your website is that you're able to install trackers, pixels, and all these other types of kind of tools that are always running in the background of your website that then allow you to hit those people again and retarget ads to them and kind of keep track of them. That's why you're tracking them, right? So on my website, for example, if AJ goes on my website right now, even on his phone, then he's going to go home later on and then find an ad for my website again on his Facebook feed. And you might be saying to yourself, Nick, how the heck is this possible? If I was just on a regular web browser and I'm browsing your site and then you're serving me ads later on, it's kind of like creepy, right? You probably experience it all the time. You probably even experience when you're just talking about things and then you find out ads are showing up in your feed later on. Although it's like super creepy and, what's that, Noelle? You're subject to that, yeah. What kind of ads are you getting? Anything you want to share? No? Okay. Noelle, ladies and gentlemen.
Noelle, you got to share that with us.
That was awesome, Noelle.
Peanut spot over here, showing her 2 seconds.
So, although it's creepy, although it may seem intrusive, it's super effective, right? So this is why I don't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity. If you're driving traffic to your website in any form, you can always track those users and hit them again with ads later on. Ultimately, blogging plays into this immensely. we have here a homepage where we can have some information on our listings, whatever it might be, but that's not that much information, right? How are we actually, okay, so this website, for example, very basic. Imagine that there are no other pages, right? We have a lead form on there for, imagine. Why would Google show that website for someone that's looking to buy real estate in whatever area? Floor is open. Why would that website show up?
You have to have specific keywords.
Yeah. So the keywords is huge, right? There's nothing really here. Google has no incentive for anyone to see that website because there's really nothing to it, right? It's Google's job to make sure that you're getting good websites, that you're staying on the website, that you're enjoying the website, that you're getting value out of the website. So if that's all you've got to your website, then we're not gonna serve it. So the big thing to get around that is the blog. Okay, so when we're doing blogging for real estate clients, our blogs are always at least 2,000 words. So it's a lot of words. These blogs take sometimes hours to write. They're super in depth. They have kind of marketing materials in them. And when you have blogs like that, so say I have a blog that's called "How to Determine the Value of My Home's Worth in New Jersey." Okay, for example. If we have a 2,000-word blog post packed with information, packed with insightful media and whatnot and all that good stuff, if we have that blog post on our site and then someone searches in that exact query, "how to find my home's worth," and then they see that you're in New Jersey, you're going to be top spot, okay? Because you have an extensive blog post on that. You have all the content there. People are coming to it, and they're not bouncing immediately. They're actually sticking around on the website, so they're finding value out of it. So then Google says to themselves, "Okay, fine, let's show this to more people." And then that's how you have some of these real estate agents. Sometimes if I'm searching for kind of a real estate query, something along the lines of how to find the value of my home's worth, or the worth of my home, whatever. Sometimes I'll find these really kind of small esoteric agents in California, and I'm like, how did I get served your website? And it all comes down to that they had the best article, they had the best essay on that topic. So for me, it doesn't really do much value. It's not really that great for him, at least, because I'm not going to become a lead for him. I'm not buying any homes in California. But you can imagine all the people in that area that are searching the same thing that end up using him because they found that blog post, okay, that they wrote. That's kind of the whole trick here. So ultimately, out of those three things, if you have the stunning website, so first of all, when people go to an ugly website, they're probably going to bounce. They're not going to be very interested in, this person hasn't updated the website since 1995. Why would I stick around? They're clearly not investing very much in the online presence. And then the SEO, so then your blog and everything, that's going to bring in free traffic because you're able to kind of intercept all those different search queries and whatnot. And then finally, lead forms. Okay, so now that we have people on our site, now that we're tracking them, now that we're retargeting with ads, how do we actually get them to become a lead? How do we turn their visit into a kind of notice in our inbox that says this person's interested in our services, here's their phone number, here's, if they're trying to sell, here's the address of their home, stuff like that. So how do we go from turning all that stuff into lead forms and into actual leads from there? So, any questions so far? Am I speaking a little too quickly?
Doing great. Doing great.
Thank you. So ultimately, lead forms are going to be the bread and butter that kind of help you generate more business through your website. So ultimately, right here we don't have any lead forms. A typical lead form, I'm sure you guys can imagine what a lead form, you got the contact us form, it'll say name, address, or not address, but email address, phone number, and then a message maybe, right? So on this website, for example, if we had, view listings or kind of whatever might be enticing enough for people to click on, and then within there, we have a form that says, okay, do you like what you see? Give us your email and then we'll contact you for more information. So a really powerful trick that people do a lot in the online business here is that they have what's called a lead magnet. So what that means is that if you're a lead, if Boris is a lead, and I want to kind of capture him, maybe I can entice him with what we call a lead magnet. So it'll be, Boris, have you seen these online? You must have. So a lead magnet must be, okay, you'll catch what I'm saying in a second here. So a lead magnet will be something like, I'm a real estate agent, I have a free ebook that tells you about what 10 steps to take before selling your home, okay? So now, I'm offering that ebook for free when you give up your maybe phone number and email address. So these are kind of really great ways to entice people to fill out your lead forms, to get them to kind of trust in you a little bit more, so then you get their email address, you get their phone number, and you're able to follow up with them immediately because they are kind of enticed enough to give up their information for whatever that lead magnet might be. So, blogging, lead forms. That is all for now, essentially. I will we'll be talking about questions and whatnot. If you guys have anything else to say, or if I spoke too fast at some point, any comments, concerns, stuff like that.
How do you pull Facebook into real estate websites in general? Like, what have you done?
Sure. So as far as implementing Facebook and your website together, the big thing is Facebook offers what they call pixels. So these are kind of like cookies. You probably go into a website all the time, and you see on the bottom there may be a banner that says, "This website uses cookies. Please accept or deny." That's an EU regulation where they want everyone to know that the website's using cookies. Cookies are, cookies. It sounds a little ridiculous, I know, but essentially cookies in the web are these little trackers that know if you've been on the website before. So if I'm on maybe some type of website that has shopping capabilities, okay, and I put in something into my shopping cart, right? Now maybe I exit out of the website, I don't fulfill my order, and then the next day I go back onto that website, that might still be in my shopping cart because the cookies are kind of keeping that a little bit alive, okay? So it knew who you were, and it knows that it knows that you interacted with the site before. So similarly, Facebook has their kind of own version of that, where you have to install it separately onto your site, and they call it the pixel. So the Facebook pixel, what that does is knows everyone that's coming onto your site, and then through the Facebook pixel, when you're now doing a Facebook advertising campaign or something like that, then you're able to hit those people again because you had that Facebook tracker on your website. So Heather, have you ever made a Facebook ad or anything like that before?
Sort of.
You've maybe boosted a post?
Yes.
Yeah, so when you're in the middle of boosting a post, you choose your audience, right?
Yeah.
So you maybe choose a radius or zip codes or ages and stuff like that. So what you'll be able to do if you have a pixel on your site, in that kind of selection where you're choosing your audience, you'll be able to actually choose my Facebook pixel's traffic as that audience. So then it's going to be shown, your ad's going to be shown to only people that were on your website at one point or another. Okay, and you can kind of time it and say, I only want to show it to people that were on my website in the last 3 months, last 6 months, last year, whatever it might be. So this is a big reason why I always say that I want people's websites up immediately, because you can start generating those kind of pre-leads right now. It was one of the first things I did for my business, where I put the pixel on there because I wanted, even if someone was on my website a year ago, right, but I wasn't pushing out any advertisements, I still wanted to know that I can hit them again later on because they were interested at some point, right? So that's kind of the big thing that we like to keep in mind, where retargeting never goes stale, because if they were on your website for one reason or another, they're probably going to want to hear from you again. And if you're only improving from there, then to not hit them again would be a disservice, essentially, to them. So that's kind of why Facebook Pixel is one of the very, very first things I'll implement. Even if we're making a completely new website for someone, typically the website might take 3 to 4 months to spin up, I'll put a pixel on their old website just so we can still keep tracking that stuff while the new one's in development, and then transfer it all over when the new one's built. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. We actually didn't go around the room. Do we want to kind of do a little bit of stand up and introduce ourselves and whatnot, and kind of make it a little bit more personal? So Heather, you'll start since you're a little. So real estate investing in Georgia. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah.